tape is meant as a demonstration. If you have any ankle, knee, back, or other physical problems, you should have a medical checkup before attempting the dances demonstrated. Parental supervision is advised for children who attempt these dances. Poppin', lockin', rappin', breakin'. The new art form that's got the whole world shaking. From the streets to the studio to the stage. It's a new lifestyle, not just a craze. Hip-hoppin', that's what it's all about. Just waiting for a turn to turn it out. So let's spread the word all around the world to all the funky B guys and the funky B girls. Put your dancing shoes on if you're ready to burn. And if you don't know how, get ready to learn. In no time at all, you feel fresh and breezy. So dance along with us, 'cause we're breaking easy. Welcome to Breakin' Easy. Before the fun begins, there are other areas that must be touched upon. As with any athletic endeavor, it is important to understand the relationship between clothing, safety, and warm-ups. First, let's start with clothing.
Well, the style of breakdancing, the clothes, is not really set. You want to really have a loose pair of pants, something you can really move in, because there's a lot of extension of your legs and stuff like that, where you don't want to be binded by your clothes. For a jacket, you might want something that's slippery, maybe a cotton or a nylon. Pads are really recommended, because like you hit your knees, you're dropping down on your knees a lot, maybe your elbows, because you might be hitting those. Clothes are really different because a lot of people have different ideas on clothes. Clothes can be slick like these. I like sweats that are tighter on me. Not real tight to where they'll rip or anything, because you get really down on the floor. But you can either wear baggy clothes or things that are tighter that won't rip. It's usually best to wear something really slick on your back if you want to spin good.
For breaking, the jacket should be long-sleeved for protection, slick on the back for spins, and no buttons or things that can snag. Pants should be non-binding, elastic waist, exercise type, baggies, or a stretch material. Knee pads and elbow pads are important. They can be worn over clothing. Most dancers, including the ones in this tape, wear them under their clothes. Shoes should be lightweight with good traction, so energy isn't used up while breaking. A snug but comfortable fit. Tennis shoes, particularly high tops, are the best. Never use slick-soled shoes for anything but moonwalking. Gloves are for hand protection. Hands are on the ground a lot. And style. Fingers should be free and the palms protected.
Warm-up and stretching is very important before you break. You have to stretch all your muscles out because you're moving them different ways that you never moved before. Your legs, your arms, your head. Head gets caught, you have to have it loose to move it around. Your arms move in all different ways. And stretching is one thing you should always do before you break.
It doesn't really seem like anything if you don't stretch, but you'll notice it if you don't. For like if you break and then one day you might not feel anything, next day you'll be really in a lot of pain. You should really stretch before you break.
Warm-ups. Warm-ups should be done before engaging in any physical activity, like breakdancing. These warm-ups are designed to loosen and limber up the body before dancing, not strengthen it. Watch out for fatigue, as this causes more injuries than anything else. Always remember to breathe properly and don't hold your breath while exercising or dancing. This is when your muscles need oxygen the most. Don't overdo the bouncing, as this tears the tissues. A gentle pulse to the beat is all right, as long as the muscles getting stretched are not under a strain. Don't bounce. Don't let yourself get too tired. Don't forget to breathe. Head rolls. Roll the head completely around 8 times in one direction and 8 times in the opposite direction. Head rolls are for flexibility of the neck and shoulder. Popping and breaking requires this flexibility for smooth moves. The smoother the move, the better the look. Remember, these are in slow motion and freeze frame. Next, head front and back 8 times, so the chin touches the chest and the back of the head touches the upper back. Head side to side 8 times so the ears touch the shoulders. Shoulder rolls. The idea is to loosen the upper back and shoulder muscles. This can be accomplished by rolling the shoulders backwards and forwards 8 times each. Rib isolation. Move ribs side to side, isolating or separating their movement from the rest of the body 8 times. Isolation is a big part of popping and locking moves. This gives the moves better definition and is the key to making the movement look cartoon-like. Flat back stretch. Standing with weight evenly placed, bend at the waist to face the floor, arms out to the side. Move gently up and down 8 times. Keep your back straight and don't bounce. Stretching the hamstrings for split leaps and good extension in the backspin are 2 good reasons to do the exercise. This also reduces pulled muscles when breaking moves get tougher. Lunge. Standing with legs spread on both feet in a turned out position, take weight side to side, bending the knees directly over the toes. Do each side 8 times. The knees must follow out in a straight line over the toes, and the feet must not rock in or out. Otherwise, stress is put on the knees, which may injure them. Make sure your knees are directly over your toes. If you can see your toes in the lunge position, you are rolling your feet to compensate. You should not be able to see your toes when this exercise is done correctly. Lunges warm up the knees, ankles, and hip sockets. Leg stretch. Standing in the same position as the lunge, bend from the waist and put your hands on your ankles and your head down by your knee. Hold for 8 counts. Switch sides. Don't bounce, and don't forget to breathe. Get as far down to your leg as you can. Back stretch. Standing with both feet apart, reach back, put left hand on floor so the body is off the ground facing up. Bring right hand over body toward left hand. Hold for 8 counts. Switch hands holding body weight and hold for 8 counts. Switch from side to side 4 to 8 times. This stretches the back and spine muscles. Groin stretch. With legs in a wide stride position, cross arms, bend over and press your elbows and body gently toward the ground. Eventually, with patience and practice, you will be able to touch the floor with your elbows. A good split will help your back spins, splits in the air, and help the fluidity of all the moves. Ankle stretch. In this position, the weight is on the hands and the feet. Rest the right foot on the back of the left ankle and press down 8 counts. The left foot must stay flat on the floor. Then switch feet. Stretching the ankle tendon like this is essential to prevent serious injury. Pedal stretch. Stay in the same body position. Only place feet side by side and pedal back and forth by placing weight alternately on each foot 8 times. This stretches the calf muscle and prevents the possibility of your pulling a muscle and walking around like Popeye all day. Crab stretch. Sit on the ground and place the soles of your feet together. Place your hands on your ankles, not your feet. Press your knees outward and down to the floor for 8 counts. Don't bounce. This stretches the groin area and helps leg movement. Remember, it is easier to prevent injury than it is to wait for one to heal. Hurdle stretch. Sit on the floor, left leg extended forward and to the left, with the foot turned outward. The right leg bent behind with the knee pointing out. Reach toward the left foot, bending as close to the knee as possible. Hold for 8 counts. Stay relaxed and remember to breathe. The back should be flat with the chest touching the thigh. A relaxed muscle stretches farther than a tensed one. Pretzel stretch. Sit on the floor, the right leg with knee bent over the left leg. Press the left arm against the right leg, twisting the upper body away from the leg. Hold for 8 counts and switch sides. This exercise increases the rotation in the back, reducing risk of injury or stress. Swipes, backspins, and other breaking moves require a very flexible spine. Push-ups. Keep body rigid with weight on hands and toes. Hands should be by the upper chest. Raise and lower the body by straightening and bending the arms. Another push-up that lessens the stress on the lower back is done by holding the body weight on the knees, legs bent up. Keep the body straight so the push-up is not from the waist. Do 16 times to start. Breaking requires great strength of the upper body. Arm stretches. On knees, hold hands behind your back and press up slightly. Hold for 8 counts. Next, bend the right arm over the head, hand pointing down toward back. Push gently on it with the other hand and hold 8 counts. Switch sides.
Most people that do breakdancing know what locking is about. But if you talk to somebody that doesn't know about locking, they go, what's that? And it's like a definition of locking is like a combination of extensions, points, kicks, and claps. Like a bunch of things you throw in by yourself. It's like you have your own style of what you do.
You gotta hit your lock. When you lock, you extend your arm, you gotta hit it, and it locks it out. You gotta hit it, you gotta hit it. It's almost like pop, you hit and you just lock it. It's a flowing motion, it's always moving. Your body's apart, it's around.
Locking. Upbeat, happy, rhythmic movement to the beat. Do it on your feet. Put your personality into it. We'll show you some basic moves, but there are many, many more. The lock. Locking the movement of your bent arms to the beat. Uncle Sam. Pointing, which should be well extended, and done quickly with a snappy style. It can be used with different leg actions, like a squat. Claps. This is another effective way to use the hands, particularly effective with the spin and after a hand twirl. Hand twirl. Another way to add style to a move. Good to use around the head or with a spin. Curling the hands to make a very loose fist adds to the look. This is a very good way to begin a clap or a spin and clap. How you use it is part of your style. Experiment. Knee drop. Use knee pads. Gary's are under his clothes. A simple drop. Roll down on the inner sides of your feet to control the drop. Don't just fall down. Add a kick. Kick drop. Use knee pads. Kick out, then drop to one knee. Control your drop. Hand, knee, feet touch. While jumping or hopping quickly, touch your hands to your foot or knee. Should be enthusiastic and with rhythm. You can raise one leg across the opposite side of the body high to touch also. Alpha kicks. A rocking motion where the balance goes from your feet to your hands. Kick up when the weight is on the hands. Scuba. Thrust one leg out, foot down, then thrust the opposite leg out. Then rock side to side and point in opposite directions. Scuba hop. Add a hop. Scuba hop kick. Add a hop and a kick. Pretty complicated, right? Combination. Now let's see what it looks like when it's put all together. Now that's fresh. Hey, now that's bad.
Okay, popping is tightening your muscles. Popping is hitting like such. Okay, this is popping right here. It's hitting your muscles. It'd be to the beat of the music. Okay. Now with popping comes ticking. Ticking is the control of each joint. It's moving them at separate times. This is a tick. Okay. Now then you got your fluid wave. This is your wave where you take it through your arms, then you take it through your chest. Not necessarily in these orders. This is just the way you do it. It's all control of your body. It's all in your timing, and it all takes practice. You know, popping is something you have to do. You have to take your time and just work at it.
Popping. Popping is moving the body with machine-like precision. It uses mind, illusion, and muscle control. Popping and control go together. Everyone pops with their own style. To perfect the moves, pop in front of a mirror. Use hands, faces, everything you've got. You gotta do it like that just to make it hot. Hitting, which is the basis for popping, is the flexing of the muscles in time to the beat. A good sharp hit is essential for good popping. Notice how the muscles in the upper and lower arms flex, making the elbow pop. This style is hitting out. Elbows go out from the body. Both arms together. Popping in front of the mirror is the way to perfect the moves in style. Now add some other moves for interest. The shoulder pops by flexing the arm muscles and popping the elbow down slightly. A simple starting routine. Hitting down. One more style. The elbow pops down, not out. It leads naturally into popping out. Moving the legs is important to a good look. Poppers don't just stand there waiting for applause. Always hit with the leg that has the weight on it. It takes a little practice to coordinate your arms and body together. Working individual parts of the body develops the control essential for good popping. Head isolation. Control of the head is important. Here are some types of head movements that can be used with other body moves. Shoulder-chest isolation. Control of the upper torso and shoulders are important to flexibility. Chest bop. The chest can be used alone. Flexing the chest muscles makes the chest pop out. The shoulders go back. This takes practice, especially if you're ticklish. Shuffle. Constantly standing in one position while popping makes it boring. Stepping, pivoting on the ball of the foot or heel should come naturally while dancing. This takes practice, and everyone has their own style. Ticking. A hard snap of each individual joint in sequence. Start with both arms. Watch what the joint just ticked does on the next tick. Keep fingers together. Wrist up, elbows out, shoulder up. Shoulder up, elbow out, wrist up. When dancing, the tick goes across the body from one arm to the next. The faster, the better. Body tick. One half body, chest out, pelvis up, knee out, back up. Down the body together and back up. Do it fast when dancing. Wind it. A style. The joint ticks as the opposite hand winds it like winding a clock. It takes a lot of practice to coordinate. Winding can go down the whole body. Watch what the chest, pelvis, and legs do. Follow it. Smooth out the tick. The body reacts wherever the hand touches it, like it has an electric current in it. Body wave. A basic popping move. A fluid ripple through the body. The more exaggerated, the better. Some good poppers specialize in the body wave. A good waver is always a hit. Holding a pose. Try waving and stopping in a pose. Experiment with some of the isolations. It is good to hold a pose during the dance for a couple of beats at least. This adds dimension to the dance. Body wave on the move. By pivoting the feet, a dancer can use the body wave to move around the floor. Whip, an exaggerated body wave. The head acts as the lead to the rest of the body. Now move like a snake or a fluid wave. Whoa. Now add another move to add style. The eyes stay on the hand while it is at head level. Now that looks easy. twister flex. The body turns at the waist, then the bottom part of the body. It can be a quarter turn, half turn, or a complete turn. Popping at each stop adds style. The feet move with the pivot step. Tut. This is mostly a series of head and arm and hand isolations. The purpose is to make the body look like ancient Egyptian paintings. Moonwalk. This always gets people's attention. It's fun and it's easy. It is an illusion made by putting the body weight on the ball of the foot that is up so that the one that is down can slide on the ground. The smoother, the better. Glide, the same thing as the moonwalk, only done in one place. This is a stationary glide. Float, a more complex set of foot moves. You may have noticed that it's a combination of the moonwalk and the glide. Crew dancing. Now here is the acid test. Crew dancing requires 2 or more dancers to execute the same moves simultaneously. Now, if you have a break-dancing friend or two, maybe it's time to form a breakdance crew. You can do the same moves as you do on your own, but it's much more fun not to do it alone. Waving, ticking, tut, or mime, do it all together or at the same time. Finding new moves is what it's all about, so practice with a mirror and work it out. Body waving. This is the chain reaction wave. Think of it as passing energy from one dancer to the next. Chill. Liquid, then it's fresh.
lot of acrobatics, a lot of swiftness, a lot of gymnastic moves, really upbeat, like jumping, and it really has to flow.
If you practice a lot, you'll learn more real fast. It's hard, but it takes a lot of coordination, willpower, because you do get hurt sometimes, once in a while. But you have to wear pads and keep cool about things and don't overdo yourself. To prevent injuries, you should try the moves real slow before you do them. Don't try them fast and hard. Just do them real slow. Walk through them extremely slow, and then speed them up as you go along. But don't try them fast the very first time. Just take them real slow.
Prevent injuries. You could stretch out, work out so you're all limber and stuff. So, because if you're tight, you do backspins and stuff, you got to do a kick, you might pull a muscle or something like that. Or you can wear knee pads to practice, or just pads so you don't hurt certain parts of your body, wherever gets hurt the most.
In breaking, you have to take your time, because you have to go at your own speed. You shouldn't try to learn everything at once. That's where a lot of people mess up right there. You got to be taking things like that you can do. You have to be able to get your body weight. You have to be able to hold it on your hands for an extended period of time. You can't just be able to just hold it up for a second. When you start getting into the complicated moves, you have to really work on your body, and you should wear your pads, because that's the most important part, keeping your own self safe.
Breaking, well, to me, breaking is rolling around the ground, having fun.
Breaking. Breakdancing is part dance and part sport. It combines the best of acrobatics with the best of dance. The variety of moves are limited only by your own imagination and creativity. Windmills are complicated and should be taught only by an instructor. As you can see, breakdancing is good exercise for all ages. Caution, breaking is acrobatic and requires conditioning, warm-up, and practice. If you choose to try breaking, it should be done on a smooth surface. Start on a mat, wear elbow pads and knee pads, and wear rubber-soled shoes. You will need a large area for warm-up and practice. Don't try too much too fast, and have fun. Joints are fragile. Wear elbow and knee pads. Floor.
Something soft, if you can't always get that. But wooden floors, linoleum with some kind of padding underneath it, cardboard, stuff like that. Some people break in concrete. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but that's when you got to be very careful. That's where your pads and knee pads, elbow pads, stuff like that comes in.
The worm. This requires knee pads. Our dancers wear them under their clothes. Kick your legs up. Allow the ripple to go through the body, like a body wave on the ground. The legs must come back down on the toes, which are bent forward to absorb the impact. If the legs do not come down on the toes, serious knee injury can happen. The hands pull the body along. The head stays up. This works best on a soft surface. Once going, the worm can go on and on and on and on until you're doing the dead worm. The nickel. Knee down, knee up, body turns, hands down, knee up. Left knee down, right knee swings down and knocks the left up. Turn body and put hands down. Left knee down, right knee up. Around and around. It is best to pivot around on the feet and put most of the body weight on hands when they are down. This can be used with an important move, the crazy legs. Crazy legs. On hands and feet, left leg under, right arm over, right foot behind, left foot back, right foot over, turn body, right leg out. Now, repeat. A dancer can really show his or her style. You got that right. Footwork is the key here. The main point is to turn the body over and over while the legs move in a circle. Whatever gets you around. This is a bad move. Bad in this case meaning good. Watch these. Watching breakers will show you many, many more. This is a move that can get you to the ground, help you make a transition from one move to another, or build speed for spins, which leads to the backspin. This is the move that most people think of whenever they say breakdancing. Let's do that again, Gus. But this time, just a little bit slower. The momentum of the spin comes from the force of the leg swinging over. Sit with one leg bent, swing that leg over, rolling onto the side and lifting the other leg slightly off the ground. Follow the movement, rolling onto the back and tucking in the legs with the hands behind the knees. Contract the stomach muscles to roll on the top of the back. Watch again. There are many variations. The fun is finding them. The higher the legs, also the faster the spin. Arms in and out, speeds, then slows the spin. Good breakers never give up. Balance by holding on tight to the back of the knees and jerking the legs up and down. Another variation is the New York backspin. Same entry as the windmill. Tilt the body into a tripod position with one arm under the ribs, one out by the head. Kick leg down, roll shoulder down, and into the spin. Arm under ribs, other hand out in front. Kick legs up and spread. Kick legs down while rolling onto shoulders. Use the crazy legs to start and end dignity. The swipe. A dancer should be able to do 6 of these before trying the windmill. Turn the upper body over, then the legs. Let's see that again. Twist over and over. Try to stay in the same spot by looking down at the hands and always returning the eyes to the same place. Knee spin. Don't even think of these without knee pads. You can control the speed of the spin by extending the leg out or drawing it in. Hand spin. Use a glove pad or sleeve to protect the hand. Lift body onto bent arm, balancing on elbow, and keep your head up. Turn with free hand. Keep building speed until able to spin without aid. Some days bad means bad. Poses. Our breakers will show you some poses. They're a fine way to end routines or cover mistakes. And if you do make mistakes, at least try to look pretty.
Originality is good to have, for one thing. You know, that makes you good. If you get a really good style that nobody else has, and you get it polished, then you have something. My style, I've watched a lot of people. It's a combination of a lot of things I've seen, and then you put your own original things into it. I squint a lot, like, you know, I'll move my eyes and like smile a lot. I like to smile a lot. A lot of guys will look really mean or they'll use expressions with their hands and stuff like that.
In breaking, you have to create your own style. You don't want to be taking other people's moves. You want to be creating something, working your own personality into your style of break. You want people to, that's how they get to know you. For one, you get to see how your style of break comes out. They get to see how you make your moves up and stuff like that. It's just, you have, when you get your own style, it's not like taking other people's moves. You take it and you move it so people don't get mad at you for taking their moves.
How I developed my style was from my sister. She's the one that got me into popping, you know, when I was 10 years old. And she showed me some of the things, the basic wave and stuff like that, and then I just sort of did it with my own sort of style, you know, charisma, and putting facial expressions in it and everything.
Other dancers, to me, to make them look good to me, is their own style and creativity and their different moves and the way they can do it. As in their footwork, it can be really good and just floats and just real quiet, just makes it smooth. The difference between quiet and loud breaking is on the ground. You don't want to hit hard on the ground. You want to make your feet smooth. You want it soft, just nice and quiet, and just like you're floating around on the ground. You're not hitting hard. Smooth.
Another dancer impresses me because he has his own unique style. He has his own form. Doesn't like look at people and do the same thing other people do, and he puts on a real good show in front of people and originality.
Style. Style can be clothes, moves, hands, hats. Style can be anything special that's yours.
Presence and charisma. If the dancer has a presence on the floor, he doesn't even have to be the best breaker, but if he can put on the best show, that's what makes him hot.
Let's jam!
breaking. Anyone I could have taken. Worrying on my hands and knees. 'Cause it's you I want to please. Breaking easy, do you wanna dance with me? Breaking easy, do you wanna break with me? You can break with me. Don't keep me spinning lonely. I love you. Breaking from my one and only. I don't want to share your baby with any other one in town. When I start breaking, all I want is you around. All I want is you around. Breaking up north, breaking down south, breaking in the east, breaking in the west, breaking to the one you love the best, locking in the groove, popping on the move, spinning on your back, you see, happy as can be. They're forming a line, they're turning like a top. I don't know when you're gonna stop. They're breaking, breaking, breaking. He started breaking with someone new. Didn't think you'd see it through. I'm flipping and I'm dipping, all because I love you. Breaking easy, do you wanna dance with me? Breaking easy, do you wanna break with me? Breaking in L.A, breaking in Philadelphia, breaking in New Orleans, breaking in Detroit, breaking in Chicago, breaking in New York, breaking in Santa Ana, breaking all over the world. All over the world. When I was young, started breaking. Anyone I could have taken. I'm worried on my hands and knees. 'Cause it's you I want to please. Breaking easy. Do you wanna dance with me? Breaking easy. Do you wanna break with me? Breaking easy. Do you wanna dance with me? Breaking easy. Do you wanna break with me?
Max out.